Okay. Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome anyone to the live stream if you are watching. My name is Tarot with Holly, and I am a tarot reader. So I do collective readings, which is for an online audience, so messages that you resonate with when you are on things like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and also personal readings as well, which are in my bio. And I'm very excited to be here today with Snag Tights. Love Snag, amazing brand, clothes for literally anyone, very diverse, which we love. And Snag have just put out a range of tarot t-shirts, which are absolutely stunning. There's a whole bunch of them. They all represent different cards from the tarot deck. And they all have quite special meanings as well. They feel quite special to wear. It feels like you can channel the message and you can channel whatever it is that the card is saying to you. So we'll chat through them today. I'll show you some and you can see kind of which you resonate with the most. And we're also going to do some mini readings. So you at home can potentially get a free mini reading on this live right here, right now. So if you would like to be in the chance of receiving a mini reading on this live, you just simply have to comment the word divine. So comment the word divine. You can comment as many times as you like as well, and then you'll be entered into a draw as such to potentially win a mini reading. And if you win, I will read and say your username on this live now. So if you would like to be in the chance of getting a mini reading, please drop the comment divine. So I'll tell you a little bit about the t-shirt that I'm wearing right now. This is one of the boxy fits, which I really love. It's kind of somewhere in between a baby tee and like an oversized t-shirt. And the one I'm wearing is the High Priestess. And this is one of my favorite cards. It's very special because I feel that it really empowers and pulls in the divine feminine. So the High Priestess is all about your inner world and intuition, which I think all of us could do a little bit more of trusting. So the High Priestess represents that quiet knowing and that stillness. Not having to rely on external validation, not having to listen to the opinions and voices of everyone else to make a decision. It's that inner trust that you have with yourself, that gut feeling, when you've been in a situation where you just know, or your body knows before something happens. That is your intuition. That is your inner guide, if you like. And it's almost like if you can trust your intuition around situations, it's going to lead you the right way. It's like an inner compass. It's your guide for your life, for your path, for any situation. And the High Priestess is all about leaning into that and trusting yourself and trusting your wisdom, trusting your quiet knowing. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to have a reason behind it. You don't have to rationalize everything. And a lot of us naturally do that. We try and think our way in or out of things. And sometimes just listening to your intuition and your gut is the still, calm, quiet way of knowing. So everything about the High Priestess, I just love. It's one of my favorite t-shirts. It's also got obviously a really gorgeous design as well, which is really interesting. The colors really pop. So I love her pink hair on this. You can tell as well, it's that kind of like the eyes are covered because you don't need to see, you don't need to know, you don't need to explain. You just know within yourself. Reminder, if you want a free mini reading right now, to comment divine. If you just type the word divine, then you're going to be entered into a draw to have a free mini reading right now. So please comment divine if you would like a reading. And Love the septum ring as well. Love her red lip. And these kind of flames are really gorgeous as well. It's that energy of just being able to put trust into oneself, as opposed to having to get those facts and those opinions and those decisions from other people. So yeah, the High Priestess, if that helps, is something that I think is very, very important for all of us, wherever you are in your path, in your journey of life, in your blossoming in yourself. It's just like, if you trust what you're feeling, then it's going to be amazing. You're going to go the right way. So anyone who would like a mini reading, we're going to get going in a second. I have the cards here ready to go. So comment divine. The moderator will choose some names out. So they will let me know and we will get going. In the meantime, I can talk you through another t-shirt because there's a whole range and they're all really cool. So this is a baby tee. Love this. This is like tightly fitted. It looks super cute. It's a little crop as well. And this one right here is the sun. So you can see, beautiful design. The sun is all about that childlike positive energy, which we could all also do with a bit more of, especially this time of year, depending on where you are in the world. It's about feeling on top of life and opening up your energy and opening up yourself to receive and to just not get caught in a negative spiral, and to feed your inner child and to do things that make you happy, do things that bring the emotions of joy and peace, because you know in yourself what brings you that and what doesn't. You know how to clear your energy and get rid of anything that affects the sun energy. And as you can see, really beautiful rainbow as well. Really stunning yellow flowers, a really beautiful woman on the front too. And the sun, I love it. It's kind of just above her head. It's like above her head as in the highest self, the crown chakra. It's right there. And you know that feeling when you feel good, when you feel on top of life, when you feel like everything's going right for you. That's the lovely sun t-shirt. So we'll get into some readings now. So first up, this is for Moxie Bros on Instagram. So I'm going to do a 3 card pull, little spread, and we'll see just what comes up. So Moxie Bros, this is for you. Universe, what is going on for Moxie Bros? The moon. Okay. The moon card out first. Beautiful card, the moon. I love everything it means, but let's get a little bit more clarity on what this is related to. The Page of Cups. Okay, Moxie, I feel like there's quite a lot going on in your emotional world right now. Okay, yeah, you've been carrying a lot. You've had to take on a lot more responsibility. Over the last, well, potentially over the last 10 months, you seem to have taken more responsibilities in a way because you're such a willing person and you're so open to things and you're so there for people. But sometimes you can put yourself second and you can actually put your needs first. So I feel like this has maybe had a little bit of an emotional pull on you. And perhaps you're like, okay, I've taken this all on, and how am I meant to move forward? Because this is all really heavy. And there's a message here. So we have the moon, and we have the Page of Cups, and we have the 10 of Wands. The moon, which popped out first, is the universe telling you to kind of like have that quiet stillness with yourself, pull back where you can on your responsibilities, and kind of face the truths. It's like you've been putting a lot of work and effort into something or someone in your life. But there's these quiet truths within you, I think, that want to come to the surface, and they want you to register them and acknowledge them, because you can't keep going like this. It's just simply too much. You're going to get burnt out. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel more day-to-day stress in your life simply because you have too much on. It's like a pressure cooker. There is so much going on that you simply can't. You have to face the truth. You have to see what's really, really in front of you. And it's going back to that intuition. It's like, what's going on inside? What's going on for you emotionally? Because that Page of Cups energy, which is a really nice one to pull, is about feeding your inner child. How can you get back in touch with your inner child to make room for yourself, to actually put your own needs first, to make space for yourself and honor feeling good? I feel like there's not been much emotional space for you. Maybe there has been more lower moments over the last 10 months, more stress. And a way that you're going to kind of come out of that, I think, is by really realizing this, taking on less responsibility where you can, saying no to more things and no to more people, and having boundaries and kind of honoring yourself with that. And then carving a little bit of space to feed your inner child. I'm getting the sense that maybe it's something creative. It could be painting, it could be drawing, it could be music, it could be spending more time in nature, but there's something that your spirit wants you to do. Getting back in touch with something that you used to love, that makes you feel really, really good. And you can't do that when you don't have the room, when you don't have the capacity. So it's up to you to face the truth and be like, okay, I know that I don't have the capacity, so what can I actually move off of my plate? What can I do? Even if it's one little thing a day, even if it's an extra 5 minutes a day for yourself to begin with, these small habits are going to make the biggest change long term. So really think about that, and also really kind of spend some time on this. You need some time to reflect on this. The moon is quite significant here. So maybe the next full moon that's coming up, you could do like a full moon meditation. Maybe you could go to a park, or you could go to the nearest kind of like beautiful nature place nearby you and look at the stars, look at the moon, and do some reflecting. It's like some inner reflecting and some inner child healing is what your calling is right now, because you've taken on so much. That's great, but you need to give yourself some room. Life's too short. And don't burn out. You got this. Thank you, Moxie Bros. Hope that helped. So the next reading is going to be for Jessica Lum on Facebook. So let's have a little shuffle here. And Jessica, let's see what's going on for you. If you are interested in a free reading on this live, do comment the word divine. Names will be pulled at random, and we'll do as many as we can. So the keyword to comment is divine. And Jessica, let's do a little shuffle for you and see what's going on. Okay, for Jessica Lum. Oh, something came straight out there. Oh, something came out fast, but the second card is harder to pull. I feel like maybe you're going through a little bit of a difficult situation at the moment. Six of Swords out first. Oh, difficult situation that's turning into something for the better, even though you can't feel it right now. The Magician. Okay, really, really fabulous stuff. So the Six of Swords, as I said, Jessica, something's been quite tense for you. The energy around you has been rather stressful, especially over the last 6 months, it feels like. It's gotten so stressful that I think you have decided it's probably best to leave the situation that you're in whatever way you can. This could mean like quite a quick exit. whether this be like a job that you've just left, a relationship that you've just left. Something was pulling on you so much that I think you've just been like, okay, I got to go. I got to do what's best for me, and I got to look ahead, don't look back, and get out of here. That's the kind of energy that you seem to be in. And I think there was anxiety there. There was a lot of overthinking. So whilst you might be in that energy right now, it's really, really, really good to know that on the cards for you coming up is a really good opportunity, something that I don't think you would have got if you stayed in the situation you were in. It feels like whatever energy you're going into, it's quite big for you. It's quite exciting, and it's going to be like an offer or something new that you're starting. It could be a new job, something that's going to open up doors for you in your career. It feels like something that's going to be quite financially abundant and something that you are really interested in doing, which you couldn't have done in this old life. I feel like you're starting a new cycle. And this one, even though it seems scary, even though it's not what you know, because sometimes your body and your nervous system wants to stick with the familiar. So while you're finding your feet in this new life, know that there's an offer or there's something coming that's going to add a lot of value to your life. And with the Magician here as well, it's going to really up your own confidence. It's going to be something that you've thought about for a while, but not acted upon. So it's almost like things that you've been dreaming about or thinking about, but not quite having the confidence to do. That energy is changing in you, and you're like literally alchemizing the bad thing that happened to you. You're turning in that bad energy into really good energy. And you're going from thinking to actually doing. And you have all the tools that you need. You have everything you need to make the magic happen, where you want to go, what you want to do. And you're just going to have a lot of self-trust and self-belief. And I don't think you had the mental space to know that and see that before, but now you do. So really, really, really good things on the cards for you coming up. New cycle beginning, end of one that wasn't quite suited for you. So trust in the universe that that's coming up. Keep your eyes open, because something really good is around the corner for you. So that's mega, mega exciting, Jessica. If you would like a reading on this live, please do comment the word divine in the comment section, and a few more people will be chosen at random. So if you would like a reading, the word to comment is divine. Before we get into the next one, I'm just going to quickly show you another wonderful t-shirt from the new Snag range. So anyone that's joined recently, Snag have just brought out a range of tarot t-shirts, which I absolutely adore. There's some different fits. This one is a boxy fit. They all represent different cards, which are so special. And it's cool that you could wear one that you think represents where you're at in your life right now. So I'm just going to show you another couple. We have the Sun one, which I showed already. Stunning. Let's go for Judgment next. This is a like a more oversized kind of baggy tee, and this one is the Judgment card. The Judgment card feels like quite a strong message to me. It's really about saying goodbye to an older version of yourself, and it's almost like a spiritual awakening, or like your highest self rising and you like shedding your past in a way, and learning from your past. Learning from your past in ways to increase your awareness for your higher self, if that makes sense. It's quite like it's got quite a deep meaning, the Judgment one. The eye is quite interesting as well on this t-shirt specifically. It's almost like the third eye, the chakra, where it's that seeing, it's that knowing, it's that just having a better vision of everything around you, not just with your eyes, but with a deeper kind of knowing. Really beautiful wings as well. Again, it's kind of like rising above. You've risen above old patterns, old behaviors, people that don't suit you anymore. And I also kind of love the Medusa hair vibe, the snaky hair. What a fabulous person. I'm feeling inspired. Maybe I'll do my hair green. But yeah, judgment. It's really about that. It's about learning from your mistakes. It's about taking accountability where you can as well for what you've done in your past and how you wouldn't carry that into your future, because nobody's perfect. We all can make mistakes, right? And also, it's just a lot of reflection and a lot of coming out of that and a lot of rising above. So that's the judgment card. And also kind of not being afraid of other people's judgments towards you, trusting yourself, trusting your own integrity, and not being influenced too much from others or the fear of what other people think. So that's the judgment card. Moderator, if there's anyone else for the next reading, please do let me know the name. And also for anyone who's new here, I'm Tarot with Holly. I do personal readings, I do collective readings online, so I post readings every day. So make sure you go check them out. And also there's a link in my bio if you want to sign up to hear about my personal readings. The next reading is for Peems 94 on Insta. That's PEEMZ 94 on Insta. Now let's see what is going on for you, Peems 94. Let's have a little shuffle. The Peems 94. What is the message? The Hierophant. The suns, just like the sun t-shirt we looked at. Ooh. Justice. Wow, that's really interesting. That's 3 of the major arcana. I feel like you're going through quite a big spiritual shift in your life. Like your soul is having a new calling. Your soul is probably quite uncomfortably growing. Like growth is really good, but growth is uncomfortable. Let me just show you as well. This was the baby T, the sun. Beautiful. We have the sun card out, so that's a really nice correlation there. So Peems 94. There's somebody around you that's of quite significance that you're going to need for some sort of good outcome, some sort of karmic outcome even. Maybe someone has wronged you, maybe someone has done something to you that you need justice for. There is justice being served and it's going to be in your favor. So know that, have faith in that, that whatever wrongdoings someone has done to you, you are going to be coming out on top by the looks of things with the sun card as well. It's that good energy, it's that optimism, it's that, yes, I'm feeling fantastic. Because there's fairness coming to you, there's equality coming to you in some sort of way. And I think someone is quite significant in your life for this. So, for example, if this were to be something like a court case, having the right lawyer or having the right team around you is going to be vital for this good outcome, like more vital than you know. If this weren't to be something like a court case, it could be something more personal. It could be like if someone in a relationship has done you wrong and you feel like you deserve that justice, that acknowledgement, then this person, the Hierophant here, this could very much be like someone who's lending you an ear, someone who's talking your feelings through with you. So it could be someone like a therapist or a counselor or a mentor. There's someone who might be your senior, who's just very, very skilled in where they are in their life, very experienced, and they're going to be vital for your happiness. They're going to be vital for this outcome of you generally feeling more balanced and more like everything is finally fair because you've felt wrongly done by. You have felt like things haven't been too fair on you. So there's also like accountability kind of coming through, like maybe someone is finally realizing and taking accountability for actions that they have done that have been kind of wrong and not quite fair. They're finally understanding that they might have gone the wrong way around things. So make sure you do speak to people around you, maybe look to hire a professional to talk through your feelings to help you in this case, whatever it might be. And just know that there is a good outcome and there is justice. But don't go at this alone. Don't feel like you can do this all by yourself and work through things by yourself. I think you're going to need a little bit of help, a little bit of a hand. Okay. If you are interested in a reading on this live, please comment the word divine. Divine is the keyword, and you will be kind of entered into the chance to get a mini reading. So the next one is for Lisa King on Facebook. Lisa King on Facebook. Let's give the cards a little shuffle for you and see what's going on. For Lisa King on Facebook, if you're interested in a mini reading on the live, do comment the word divine in the comments. So Lisa King, let's have a little look. What is going on for you, Lisa? Oh, the sun. Sun came out again. A good outcome for something. The Seven of Wands and the Empress. Okay. There's something, Lisa, that you've had to stand up for yourself for. Like, there's been a lot of opinions from other people. There's been people coming at you, I'm getting maybe in like a bit of an argumentative way where you felt like you've really had to stand your ground. You've had to defend yourself, but I think you're doing it in a way that is being integral to yourself and your own beliefs, like really not putting up a fight for the sake of it, but for doing it for reasons that you need to honor yourself and you need to be understood of where you're coming from. But you seem to be doing it in quite a graceful way, and not letting the energy and not letting the opinions of others override you. You're still kind of like managing to stay in this energy of trusting yourself, and knowing who and what to give your energy to, because not everyone deserves your energy. Like, not everyone is going to be let in. I feel like maybe you are more boundaried. Maybe this year you are enforcing stronger boundaries to protect your own energy. You're like, I'm done with everyone having access to me. And actually, I'd much rather keep my own peace and my own happiness. And I feel like that's something that you have been noticing, and something that you are really willing to try and prioritize this year. And, you know, you don't have to give everybody your energy. You don't have to over explain yourself. You can simply state your perspective of things, and they can do what they want with that. You know, other people have their own perspective and stuff, but it's sometimes actually just not worth the fight. So I feel like just trust yourself this year on who you're letting in. Trust yourself on how you feel towards the situation. Don't be afraid to stand your ground, which you're not. Speak up where it's needed. The Empress card as well is quite interesting here too. I feel like the Sun and the Empress coming out in a spread is really, really positive. You're going to be moving into your highest self for this year. You're going to be moving into a place where you feel like the people around you are fully deserving of your love, and you're full of love. You're full of this divine feminine energy. You're quite nurturing as well. Maybe you have children, maybe not, maybe that's on the cards, but either way, there's people that you want to share more time with. And I think that comes back to this. It's like, how can you protect your energy? How can you be more boundaried so that you can preserve energy for those that you love and that really deserve your heart? And how can you nourish yourself as well? You know, what do you need to do to feel that love back and to share space with people who are actually going to appreciate what you can give and not just take from you? So protect your energy, have stronger boundaries, don't let everyone have access to you, and trust me, your energy is going to flip and it's going to feel beautiful, spacious, very warm and very loving, because you've made that room and because you've kind of blocked off toxic behaviors or toxic relationships for people that no longer serve you. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. Anyone who would like a reading, just comment the word divine on this video and you'll be entered into the chance of getting a reading. I'm just going to show you some more t-shirts. So Snag have brought out a range of tarot t-shirts. They're amazing. I'm going to show you through a couple more. Oh, I love this one. We've already had the moon card on one of the first couple of readings on this live. So this is another baby tee. So it's like a cropped fit. It's fitted, which is lovely. And this one is the moon. So this is the moon card. I really love how you have these two kind of divine feminine heads. It's like polarities here. Maybe you could read one as the sun, one as the moon. Really beautiful moon up here as well, and kind of a starry night. And for anyone who's wondering about what the moon means, the moon is, it's a little bit similar to the High Priestess, and it's quite like a dark, quiet, mysterious card. And I see the moon as bringing truth to the surface. So any feelings or any knowings that you have suppressed and that have just made their way inside of you somewhere deep within, kind of coming to the surface and getting your attention, which is never a bad thing. It's addressing your deepest, most inner self without fear. You know, so many of us can get fearful of meeting ourselves deeply, can get fearful of our darkest, deepest places inside of us. But actually, if you face that head on with no shame, with no fear, the expansion you can feel for yourself and for your spirit, for your soul, is just endless. And it's really beautiful. And you become more grounded, you become more confident, you just have this energy of very calm, and you have this clarity around any situation in your life because you know yourself so deeply. So the moon is about that. It's about getting to know yourself and spending time in quiet where you can, not being distracted all the time, not taking pressure from external noise, having moments of quiet, having moments of reflection, and just doing the inner work, doing the shadow work, and taking accountability for any behaviors or anything that you know you do that's not true to your higher self. It's all, you know, it's healing, it's growth. Like I said, nobody's perfect. For your life journey to unfold, we have to get in touch with the deepest parts of ourselves. So the moon is all about that, is all of facing the truth, trusting that the universe's path will take you on all sorts of tangents, and there's not just one clear path. It's not that linear. And deepening your knowing with yourself. So back into readings. If you would like a reading, please comment divine on this video. Sorry, I dropped my scent stick. Okay, so This is for Sue Gibson, 7332 on Insta. So that's Sue Gibson 7332 on Insta. So this is for Sue. Okay, Sue, let's see what's going on. If you're interested in a reading, please comment the word divine and people will be chosen at random. So what's going on for Sue? Four of Cups, King of Wands, ooh, the Lovers. This feels like a love interest or a relationship. Feels like maybe a masculine figure in your life. It doesn't have to mean gender-wise that they are a man, but some sort of person who has a bit more of a masculine energy than yourself. Four of Cups, King of Wands, and the Lovers. So it feels like maybe you have been slightly emotionally closed off, especially the last 4 months. There's a vibe of like kind of looking back on your past and getting a little bit caught in that, being a little bit closed off because of that. It's like you've been trapped in your own thoughts about someone or something, so much so that it's maybe made you pull away a little bit. Maybe you're feeling like you want to be a little bit less close to them. You're kind of maybe holding some stuff in, maybe being a little bit avoidant, because I think you're a bit emotionally dissatisfied. It's kind of like maybe a lack of getting some of your needs met, but generally a dissatisfaction in the relationship. It could also be down to your communication style. If what you've been experiencing with your partner has not been what you hoped it would be, or has not been what you're trying to kind of like put on the table. So I think there's this situation here where the universe is like, don't give up. Even if you're feeling a bit dissatisfied, even if you're feeling a bit closed off, don't ruin the opportunity to make this better. Because I think the universe here, like these hands handing another cup, is like, something's going to come through. You're going to be able to solve this. But I think you might be, with the King of Wands, dealing with a character who is quite passionate, who's quite colourful, who's quite charismatic. I feel like they could be the life of the party. They're really great when you're great, but also the downfall of the King of Wands is like maybe they're defensive. Maybe they don't hear you properly when you're trying to have conversations or things that you would kind of like to talk about. So maybe a little bit of defensiveness you're running into, maybe a little bit of arrogance as well. But it doesn't mean you should give up, because it does feel like there is something really strong with the Lovers card here. It does feel like there's a very strong synergy. It is a very good match, but it's just a situation of having to work through your communication styles, because I feel like maybe it's you here that's a little bit more emotionally driven. And that's why you've maybe shut off a little bit or become a little bit dissatisfied in some places. And then you're dealing with your King of Wands, who has all of these great elements, but can also be a little bit tricky to communicate with. So your advice here is spend the next while looking into your communication styles. If you Google communication styles, attachment styles, you'll get to know a bit more about each other and how you can meet in the middle, and a good way that you can speak to each other with actually getting through, so that you can come back to this lovely harmony that you guys know you have. So that's kind of your next 4 to 6 weeks is going to be nurturing this and coming back into a place where you do feel super connected. Okay. Next reading is for Helen Davies on Facebook. Helen Davies on Facebook, and then I'll show you guys another t-shirt. So Helen Davies on Facebook. Let's see what's going on for you. What is going on for Helen? Page of Swords. Okay, might be some news coming in for you, Helen. The Hermit. The Moon. The Moon has come to visit again. Okay. Helen, I feel like maybe you've had there's a real big need for you, Helen, to deeply reflect and almost go into hermit mode. I feel like Page of Swords, the Hermit, the Moon, that's probably the energy that you're in now, or the energy that you're coming into, is like shutting off from the world a little bit and reflecting and processing on everything that's happened, especially over the last 9 months or even 9 years. Journaling is quite significant for you here, Helen. So if you haven't been in this period, maybe begin writing down how you're feeling every day. It doesn't even have to be a physical journal. It could just be on your phone. Getting to know yourself better, getting to know these patterns better by writing down every day how you feel. It could just be a couple of lines. It doesn't take 2 minutes, But there's a big thing here of things that you have suppressed, things that you have held down in your life that are coming up. And it's like you're getting to know yourself better. You're getting to know yourself on this much deeper level, which can be overwhelming if you see it like that, but it's not. It's a really beautiful thing. The overwhelming aspect is you just finally facing your truth. You finally honoring yourself and getting to know yourself better. And that can be uncomfortable at times, but it's only because you're growing. So hang in there and know that this is all for the better, and you are on a much clearer, more aligned path for yourself. Like whatever reflection you're doing, whatever hibernating mode you're going to be in for the next while, it's because you're aligning yourself for a better future. There's real true meaning in these things, and I think you're in a place where you're ready. Maybe you weren't ready in your past. Maybe you had too much going on, too much responsibilities, dealing with other people too much. But now it's your time to focus on you and really get to know yourself. And don't be afraid of taking quiet moments. I'm getting that you need to spend a little bit more time alone. So maybe try and do some solo activities, solo trips even. Spend a little bit more time just by yourself. Not too much outside noise, just be with your inner peace, your inner wisdom. I feel like you're going to get answers as well. There's something coming to you, a way of your life that you're going to know that you want to follow when you come into this quiet kind of meditative state. And following that, as I mentioned, the Page of Swords, it does feel like there's a message coming in, there's news or something. Something that could be quite significant for you. So this could be in the form of like a text, a phone call, an email. Someone's kind of going to be communicating something with you that's related to this period of your time, period of your life where you are going into that introspective mode. So whilst you'll be in that mode, don't, ignore phone calls, emails completely. I think it's good to keep an eye, because it does feel like there's some sort of message that's coming in that's going to benefit you or kind of help you in some way, help support whatever you're going through. Okay. And we're going to do another t-shirt for now. So if you're interested in a reading, comment the word divine, and I'm just going to show you another wonderful t-shirt. Okay. I absolutely love this one so much. This is the star. Come on, what an icon. This is one of the more baggy, oversized tees. And it's just really beautiful. I love the pink, I love the colors, and it just really reflects the meaning of the card so well too. So the star is all about this beautiful, open energy that's ready to receive and also believe, receiving and believing and being hopeful. And it's like being in a place within yourself where you trust that the stars are going to align for you. You trust that things are happening for a good reason and you are on your divine path. And it's having that energy that's quite hopeful, that's believing. And other people can see that as naivety, but it's not the case at all. It's like you are able to channel this quite positive energy because you're quite resilient. And you know that getting caught in a negative spiral, which is very easily done, isn't always the truth. And it can be your mind playing tricks on you. And it's having that kind of like self-trust and belief that everything is going to work out okay and that you are on the right path. It's also a really good card for manifesting. So anyone who's big on their manifestation, this t-shirt could be quite good for you. Manifestation, putting your wishes out into the world, trusting that the universe one day is going to hear that and is going to honor that, and staying in this energy that's open to receiving and being flexible and being curious about life and not being super regimented, just kind of like free flowing, feeling quite balanced. That's the energy of the star. So adore that t-shirt. Adore her like cotton candy hair, the beautiful dress, the pearls, the big lovely hoop earrings, the shells as well, pouring out water is just stunning. It's almost like it feels like you can just feel it. You can just feel it on these t-shirts. The designs are just so expressive. It's lovely. So next reading is for, oh, actually, sorry, I'm just waiting for the next person for the reading. So if the moderator is here, please let me know the next name. If anyone wants a reading, comment the word divine. Talia Winchester 88 on Instagram. Talia Winchester 88 on Instagram. Let's do a reading for you. Talia Winchester 88. Let's see what's going on. Okay, what's going on for Talia? Oh God, you've had to be very strong around a situation, Talia. You've had to pull from your inner strength quite significantly around a situation. So we have the Six of Swords, we have the Seven of Wands, and we have the Strength card here. So I feel like you're doing something for yourself. You're doing something for your own sanity. And really trying everything you can do to stay resilient in this situation. So I feel like you've had something in the past, maybe the last 6-7 months, that caused quite a lot of stress and quite a lot of like turbulence in your life. Little bits of anxiety. Maybe you were quite fearful around a situation. And you really had to stand up for yourself. You really had to use your voice and fight and stay true to what you wanted to do in the situation. I feel like there was other people in your ear, maybe trying to hold you back, trying to keep you back, but you were like, no, I'm staying firm. I got this. I know I can do it. And I feel like a lot of your life experiences have all added up to that moment. And this moment is like, you've been through hardships. And it's amazing how you just do it again and again. And each time you do, you're adding this layer to your skin, to your spirit, to your soul, of then being able to get you through the next thing even easier. So even though it felt really difficult at the time, you kind of have this inner knowing. You have that knowing of being like, I'm going to do what I want and I'm going to do what's best for me. And that has brought you out to be an even stronger person than you were before, which is hard to believe because I feel like you are really good at doing things because you know they're best for you. But things that other people would see as a challenge, it's like you don't see that as a challenge. You know that you can do it. And that's such an inspirational energy to have. And I think other people really look up to you for that reason. You're willing to take on challenges and you have this willpower and this fight in you that's going to pull you through a lot of future situations in your life as well. So know that this is some reassurance that you can basically take on anything. You can really, really take on anything. And the next 8 months for you are going to be looking up. You're going to be glad that you did what you did. And you know that you can literally do anything and you can face anything and you can face any challenges that are coming up with this resilience that a lot of people don't have. So you should be really proud of that. Keep going, look after yourself, and know that that fight in you is strong and it's going to pull you through anything in your life. Okay. Okay, on to the next reading. Magnet to Love on YouTube. This is for Magnet to Love on YouTube. Magnet to Love on YouTube. Let's see what's going on for you today. Oop. Ooh, big changes. Yes, big changes for the better. Magnet to Love on YouTube. So we have the 8 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the 9 of Cups. There's an emotional breakthrough happening for you, right? So there's been something that hasn't been aligning with you emotionally. It's been pulling you down. It's been weighing you down. It's been making you quite turbulent. It's brought up negative emotions that you haven't wanted to feel this last while. Last 8 months, quite significant too. I think you have made the brave decision to walk away from something that is no longer serving you and understanding that that is just a cycle of life. And it's just simply not for you anymore, as painful as it might be. It's like you've had this breakthrough, you've had this moment of clarity, being like, okay, I know what I need to do. I know what I need to say. I know what I need to communicate. And I'm going to trust that. And I'm going to trust that this is the right path for me. This is the right movement for me. It's almost like you were questioning it for a while, but you've had that clarity, you've had that breakthrough. And that's a really strong thing to do because there was a lot of history in this emotional past of yours. You're still not completely over it. You know, it's going to take a while, but you've decided to just turn your back on this for now. It's no longer serving you. It's no longer aligning with you. Onto the 9 of Cups, a very, very strong, positive future. This is an amazing card to get. This is like the card where all of your wishes are coming true, where you're just feeling so thoroughly understood and seen by life and emotionally calm and emotionally expressive and joyful and all the good emotions that you want to feel. This is like you just standing in that and taking that all in and being like, I did that for the right reason. And thank God I had that breakthrough moment. Thank God I had that clarity because I'm now in a place where I feel balanced. I feel like things are going my way. I feel like I can do anything. That's the kind of energy you're going to be in the next 9 months. So give it the next 9 months. Get over the situation that you're putting behind you. Trust that you've made the right decision. keep nurturing yourself. The color blue could be quite significant for you as well, but you're moving into a really nice energy of being very emotionally fulfilled. Okie dokie. Let's have a look at, I think this is the last tea, okay? Anyone new here as well, please follow me. I do collective readings, meaning I post readings on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, every single day, basically, for people that might resonate on the other end of the phone, like tonight. I also do personal readings, so you can get the information in my bio. You can sign up to my mailing list to hear first when I do private readings, but do tap follow so you can be up to date with more tarot readings. Let's look at the last tea from the range. The Devil. Wahahaha. Love this design so much. It's just giving baddie. This is a boxy fit as well, so it fits like the one I've got on right now. Obviously the colors are amazing, a lot of pinks, reds, oranges. It's giving fire, it's giving a lot, to be fair. So this is the Devil. The Devil card is, it's kind of like, it could be taken in a couple of ways. It's being aware of what is not serving you for the right reasons. It's a lot to do with ego and attachments. I like to think of it as, what are you attached to that is your ego attaching to something because you think that you want it and because you think it sounds good or looks good or feels good, but it's actually unhealthy for you. You know, I'm sure many of you have had friends or relationships where it feels like it's a toxic attachment, not necessarily calling other people toxic, but something between you just doesn't feel right, it doesn't serve you, but you're still attached to an idea of something or someone. And letting go and breaking free from those attachments, from those desires, those temptations is such a strong thing to do. And having that awareness and realization that you don't have to give in to temptation, you don't have to give in to desire, and just understand that it's kind of the ego wanting something, is the Devil. But also the Devil can have this lovely tone to it as well, where it's just like something you feel really passionate about. So like a lot of passion, a lot of fire, a lot of hunger for something. So it depends how this card is pulled out in a reading and what the context is and what the other supporting cards say, but it can be taken in that way as well. So feeling really in love, feeling really passionate about something. It doesn't have to be someone, it could be like work, it could be a project, it could be your hobby, but having a strong, passionate feeling and just feeling that fire within you is the Devil too. Okay, so that's the end of the readings, guys. We're going to now bring Bree, the CEO of Snag, on to chat a little bit about the t-shirts.
And I'm wearing the Devil.
Brilliant, good choice.
Thank you so much for today. It sounds like it went absolutely amazingly.
Oh, pleasure.
Have I got a lot of reverb on me, or is that just me?
No, you sound okay my end.
Perfect. Yeah, no, it's gone amazingly, and I'm getting texts from everyone saying what a great time they're having, and yeah, what a great job you've done. So if you didn't get a reading tonight, make sure to check out Holly's channel as well, because you can book in directly with her, which sounds like it's a really good idea.
Thank you. That was really good fun. And yeah, so many amazing t-shirts, like such a good range. What inspired you to bring out a tarot t-shirt range?
Well, for me, it was, we've got a tarot deck coming. So
nice.
Yeah, tarot decks have always been, I've been reading tarot since I was a teenager, and it's something that's always been really important in my practice for me. I don't read other people's tarot that much, but I read my own.
Love that.
And it's one of those things where a lot of the decks that you see aren't very representative. You know, they're not very representative of women. They're not
Yes.
very representative of trans people or fat people or different ethnicities, and even just different ways of being. So we wanted to create a tarot deck that was properly inclusive. And we've got this
Incredible.
amazing artist to work with us. She's actually she's done all of the tattoos on my body. I'm quite heavily tattooed, and thanks to her. And
Incredible.
she has spent almost 3 years drawing this tarot deck, and it's unbelievable. Like it's
Wow.
so cool. I'm
It's
just
really beautiful. Like the designs are so unique, and like you said, the representation is amazing. But even like just the use of colors it's so captivating, and it feels like they translate a real like deep meaning and message, if you know what I mean. They really like draw you in.
Yeah, and I think
Really
that's
good.
it. She thought about it from every angle, not just, you know, what is this picture, but how do the colors make you feel? And Sophie Bellingham is the artist, and she went through an intense period of grief as well while she was drawing these. And I think you can really see that she's, you know, used the power of what she was feeling to draw the right things at the right time. So I think everything feels very kind of weighted in, you know, her own experiences, but those kind of universal experiences of, you know, of loss and of happiness, and, you know, all the things that come in between as well.
Yeah, you can really see that and really feel it. It's lovely.
So it's yeah, so that's why we did it. I know it's a little bit of a crazy thing to go, hey, you know, we think there should be a new tarot deck, but I think it's, you know, there's space in the world, I think, for something where you can see yourself. And I think for a lot of people, and I certainly feel this way myself, is to see yourself a little bit more, you know, in even in your own practice, I think is just a really nice way to, I don't know, to draw you in, or to make it, you know, to make that connection stronger.
Yeah,
So
completely. I feel like tarot is good for everyone, even like yourself. If you're just doing it for you, it makes you just think and feel like in a way that you wouldn't without it, right?
yeah, and I think that's it. And it's, you know, it's the power to like just take those moments, you know, during the day or during the week or the month to kind of, you know, re-guide yourself or rethink about what's important for you, and, you know, what you need to do, and the lines you need to hold, and, you know, the ones that you need to find, and all of that type of stuff. And I think, you know, it can do that better where it's not something that feels so different from you. You know, you can see yourself included in it. So yeah, that's why we did it. I won't take up so
Brilliant.
much more of anybody's time explaining it, but I just thought I would let you know why.
That's really cool. When is the tarot deck coming out, or is that TBC?
Really good question. It should be in March, but we'll see, you know,
Oh,
how
cool.
quickly it gets here. So it's beautiful as well. The deck, we do a lot of kind of work on the actual product in Snag, and it was interesting doing something that wasn't tights or clothes and trying to bring the normal level of quality we bring to it. So it's a gorgeous deck to feel. Like it feels very like you can
Wow.
feel the energy in your hand, which is great. And I've got a sample deck now, which is very cool.
Oh,
But yeah, it's going to be great when it arrives. So yeah, it should be around in March.
oh, exciting. I'm gonna have to get my hands on one of them for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely get you some, because I think you'd really like enjoy it. And the kind of the illustrations are just so beautiful all the way through. Like this is a lovely snapshot on the t-shirts, but you know, they're so, each one of them is so deep through the whole deck, and every single one has been drawn individually. So yeah, it's a really cool thing.
Wow. Yeah, amazing.
So thank you very much, and thank you everyone for listening. We really, really appreciate it. And thank you again, Holly. I think everyone had just the best time, and yeah, it was such a different and cool and nice thing to do. So if you
Oh, I'm
enjoyed
glad.
this, yeah, let us know, and we can do it again, because like this was super fun.
Definitely. Thank you for having me.
You're
And